Good morning. We got a pan full of fowls, mini fowls, soaking this morning. Just getting some water. I saw a lot of YouTubers were doing some flasks, breaking flasks of baby orchids. I've done several of them. I'm not an expert by no means, and actually don't claim any expertise at all on this. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing and what success I've had. Maybe that'll help some people. These are some Brassavola Jimmy Crickets. These are crossed with there you go. That's BLC Myrtle Beach times BLC Bird Deck and Storm. For the most part, they look very Brassavola-like. Anyway, the ones that are mounted, these are mounts, have much more growth. This is a recent mount. I'll give you an example, and this is one that I found behind my water trough that must have fallen off. But see the little cane that's starting to grow, and the root growth, new root tips. I don't get that when they're mounted in bark in a pot. I don't get that at all, mounted in bark in a pot. I don't get the root growth that I see on mounts. I think the more that you wet and then let the dry cycle, wet and dry cycle them, every time it does that, they grow. So the more often you do that, the better off you are, and the quicker they grow. You can see there's a little bitty cane right there. And look at the size of the roots. That could just be my environment. I'm in Alabama. It's warm and humid. Sunny down here. Not quite as much as Florida, but probably more heat than anything. And then here I've got some, this is Cattleya intermedia times Schilleriana, and I'm sure I'm butchering those names. These are in some 4-inch net pots, and lots of root growth, lots and lots of root growth, little bit of leaf growth, not a lot. They get fertilized a lot, so they're putting out lots of roots, lots and lots of roots. But then here's the ones that are mounted, and I've slowly been taking them. I used to have about 12 of these pots full, and now I'm down to just these 4 because most of them have gone back up and been mounted now because they grow so much better mounted. You can see these still have a piece of bark attached to them where they were in these little pots, but look at the growth. Look at the growth, and these all have new canes coming out. Look at the root growth. Sorry for the shaky camera. And canes, little baby canes coming out. I don't get that when I'm in these little pots like this, not as much. And once again, could just be my environment. These are pieces of red oak, hickory, a little bit of cedar. But you see the size of the new cane coming out? There's another nice fat cane coming out. Lots of root growth. These are some smaller ones that are attached to little pieces of cedar. These are recent. I use the cotton twine because after a month or two, the cotton twine kind of falls off on its own. It rots, and by that time, the plants have attached themselves usually. You can see the root growth, and there's a little cane. It has a little cane coming out right there. Its first one. I don't see that in the pots. None of these pots have little canes coming out. Lots of root growth, minimal leaf growth. But here's another one. The same Cattleya group, the same flask. This was just put on there a couple of weeks ago, but you can see the root tips, new growth. And again, we got little canes starting, formation of little canes. I love these pieces of cedar. I got a friend of mine who brings them to me. He knows I can't get out too well, and he he takes them whenever he sees one. He grabs it and brings it to me. He knows I'm out the orchids on and stuff. Mr. Jackson, if you're listening, thank you very much. Anyway, lots of root growth. Again, got the king growth coming out. All I do with these type of mounts is I let them soak maybe once or twice a week, maybe 3 times when it's like 85 and 90. And all I do is let them soak for, I don't know, maybe half hour, 35, 40 minutes one afternoon, a couple times a week. Then I hang them back up here on the edge of the little shade house I have, and they seem to thrive. So they get low feed probably at least once a week. Some of them need a little more probably, but I just wanted to show those to you, and hope y'all have a great day.